Mandalorian is one of those shows that was great in the beginning, but as the show progresses, it became worse. Strangely enough, it's almost like the showrunners run out of ideas. And that brings us to Mandalorian Season 3, where it is clear that the writers didn't know where to carry the story or the character. It was very evident, to be honest. And what started as an okay and entertaining show in Season 1 and in Season 2 was slow, but all in all, it was okay. It was a good show. It had some good times with Season 2. And at the end of Season 2, to me, I thought that would be a great ending for the story and the show, because the character actually did what they set out to do. The mission was successful. They carried Grogu to a Jedi, basically. So all place is left for them to carry the story is back to doing Mandalorian journey. He has a dark saber now, so he's probably gonna go back to his people with the dark saber as he But I guess in the characterization that wouldn't be right. I heard a lot of people say that for his character that wouldn't make sense, and I understand that point. But there's so many more creative ways. If I should really sit and think about it, you could do his story without Grogu. But I think because of the success that they saw by having Grogu there, they thought that, we had to get Grogu back to make the show relevant. They weren't concretely proud or sure about their writing, their actor, the character itself of Mando. They wanted the toy seller to make the show. To them, that's the only way they could make the show good. You would suspect the reason why they got Grogu back into the mix. And it's clear in Season 3 that they didn't need to, because Grogu and Mando was basically shoved to the side. So even if you continue the story with just doing the same thing but without Grogu, it wouldn't change anything really and truly. To be honest. Yeah. But it yeah, so I thought in Season 2 should be the end of the show, really. But however, the writers seemingly had different ideas. And to me, they make all the character growth that the Mandalorian has went through in Season 2. Season 1 and Season 2 are really irrelevant by getting Grogu back and returning back to status quo. Which is having Mando, and Grogu back together. I don't know. This just seemed like a very, very basic way of trying to keep your show relevant, and to me, this is a clear indicator that they had no idea where to carry the show. To be real honest, but either way, this season started out extremely slow. It was painfully slow. Compared to like other seasons, it was really slow, very painfully slow. There seemed to be no sense of direction for the main character Mandalorian, which is Mando, the main character, as he drifts through the world at a snail's pace. He has his new task, what to do, but he just doesn't go through with any sense of purpose. He's like drifting through, you know what I mean? Like, he's tasked to find the lake that is on his home world that he needs to bathe in to become back a part of the Creed. Okay? And Mando wastes time trying to fit up this robot that we saw in Season 1, the cowboy robot that we saw in Season 1 that saved his life. He wasted time to try to get that robot up and running. And granted, last time we saw the robot was Season 1. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's the last time I saw that robot. Season 1. At the end of Season 1. And he's trying to get the robot back together. And I didn't know why. I had no idea why he was so determined to get the robot back up and running when, like, the last time we saw the robot was Season 1. And to be honest, the purpose of him wanting a robot, any robot can really do what he wanted the robot to do. Because basically, the robot at the end of God, he basically just used the robot to check if the air on Mandalorian is breathable for humans, and any robot with an AI intelligence could have done that. So, but episode 1, he is is to do that basically. Trying to get this robot back on his feet, which ended up never happening and being a mess altogether because they got the part to activate by the robot, and the robot went all haywire and crazy, tried to kill everybody and everything. And then he had to destroy the robot. Eventually, like, that was just dumb. And then he got a new robot, as I said, to go to the home world to check if the air is breathable so he can walk on it. You know, which I thought their mask and thing, that the weird helmet had some form of oxygen in it, is why they were worried. So I don't understand why he really needs to worry about that per se, unless it's for Grogu. But if that's the case, let's leave Grogu in the ship and you go out there and do your business, bro. I don't know. It just seemed like the writers had no real trust in Mandalorian ability to protect his own self. Because if it's the case, you just want Grogu and him together, you have no trust in his ability to protect himself, which is very dumb that you have a character. You wrote a character that like that. Was supposed to be a father of the character, but put in his child, his surrogate child, basically in danger, which is very dumb and stupid. So I don't get why they did that. So honestly, I don't get why they do that. Like, the premise of getting the robot together would be okay if the robot and Mandalorian had some form of emotion, like a longer time to bond or something like that. Like, but in what I remember of that robot, it's just one scene in season 1 where he took off his helmet and he saved his life. That happened, but that was in season 1. We had season 2. He didn't try to get the robot back together in season 2. That's so dumb. I don't know. So the idea of him going to the planet and trying to get the bath is a good idea in premise and scope and everything, and it would work. And it would be interesting to see the Mandalorian walking on this rediscover his planet, his lost planet, and what it had become, and probably revisiting memories that he has had on the planet itself, and these type of things, which would be interesting. But it was not really the case. We speed through him finding well, not really speed through, really and truly. So what happened was, it was brief, as Mando got captured as he landed. Basically, like, I think it was like 2 minutes after that, he got captured by this creature, and then Grogu had to went and find bo-katan, and then the funny thing about finding bo-katan, after Grogu went back to find bo-katan, I'm missing on the name, bo-katan, it is clear that a show started, after a while, it started to focus a lot on her, really. It basically became the bo-katan show. Really made it was very clear as the season progressed, it was that, to be honest. As the reason I said that, because every important thing that happened in the show, she got to do it. Like, it was crazy. The Mandalorian got nothing really of importance to do than protect Grogu, which is not really that important anymore, because Grogu is just, I don't know, it's not that important anymore. You know? It's not. Really and truly, I don't see it as that much importance anymore. Anyway, it isn't really, it wouldn't be an issue if they just ended the Mandalorian at season 2, as I said, and do a spin-off show called Mandalore, which would continue the character story, which your audience expectation following Mando, because the expectation of the Mandalorian is to follow Mando. That's why he's called Mando, nickname Mando, but he is the Mandalorian for the most part. Even though he's not the only Mandalorian, but for the purpose of this show, he is the Mandalorian, right? So if you wanted to do a like this kind of where everyone can be the Mandalorian, really and truly. Anyone can be the Mandalorian. Just name the show something else. Ended at season 2, named it something else, Mandalore or something, and make getting back on Mandalore the biggest part of the show. It really wasn't until like the final parts of the show. You know what I mean? Because when you have the show named The Mandalorian, we as the audience is gonna expect to get some character growth for the Mandalorian, which is Mando the Mandalorian. I don't remember his exact name. Yeah, I don't remember the exact character name. So I'm just gonna call him Mando or the Mandalorian. But I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below if that wouldn't be a better idea to rename the show Mandalore or something of the kind to represent like this is no longer the Mandalorian show. And you know what I mean? So his story and Grogu's story ended, and we're starting off a new journey now. With he's still in it, but it's about the culture of the Mandalorian culture, the Mandalorian uniting. Let's call it Mandalore. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. That would be interesting. If they wrote the script better, that would be cool. Would have been cool. Would have been cool. I would set all this expectation to what to expect with this series, with the continuation of the story and everything, and they wouldn't have this much. You know, they could have done what they wanted to do. But I think they just wanted to ride a coattail of the Mandalorian because they didn't have faith in creating something else to continue the story that people would actually watch. It's the name recognition thing that I hate that they're trying to pull. Like, oh, the audience recognized that's why they watch, so let's bring it back. It's dumb. They're not writing because of the story, they're writing because they just want the audience to, and you can see that the story suffered for it. Anyways. In the end, the Mandalorian got captured. Bo-katan came, saved him. He then took the bath, got attacked by a giant sea monster that I don't know what that thing was. So it's basically a Mandalorian mystical beast type of thing. And he was saved by Bo-katan. And again, they made such an important moment of when the monster grabbed him. Bo-katan jumped in real quick, so it was very intense. There wasn't any delay in her jumping in. So she, what felt like was really life-threatening and jumped in. That was a really good scene though. But my issue is when they got Bo-katan to basically see the beast. Bo-katan is the one that actually saw the beast. You know, and I think it would be a lot better if either the Mandalorian also saw the beast and beast let him live. Just both of them saw the beast. That would be cool. And it made both of them basically made the beast be something like the beast only showed themselves to who's supposed to be the leaders of Mandalore. You know, you could have done it like that. That would be cool. And then they would all, right then and there, tasked to unite the Mandalorians. You know? You could have done that. That would be so cool now thinking about it. That'd be so cool. But anyway, Bo-katan's is the only one that saw the monster, actually. And from there on, all the important Mandalorian stuff will be done by Bo-katan. Mando will just continue to babysit and protect Grogu. And oh my god, those scenes were so bad. I hate those scenes when he's trying to. It was the puppet thing worked when you didn't want the puppet to do that much, but now that you're involved in Grogu in like actual fight, it looked damn stupid. It looks so stupid. The puppet thing is not working anymore because it looks so stilted and it looks so bad. I don't know. Oh my. To be honest, that was really okay. But the part of the season that killed it for me, that basically I literally stopped watching the show There was a few parts before when there's a few episodes where they didn't focus on the Mandalorian or broke the Mandalorians. They're not all. You go away to this off on a planet with these other characters. I don't know who these characters are, and I believe I should know because they probably were in some Star Wars movie that I've watched, but I don't remember them, and I wasn't intending to try to track down to find out who they were, really and truly. So I was very lost in who they were and why I should care. But I suspect there was some importance prior either season or other Star Wars media that I just was not remembering at the time. But the part that killed it for me was Lizzo and Jack Black showing up. That part was like, wait a minute, this is some cartoon shit now. The entire CGI looked like cartoon. Like the entire place was so dumb looking. It was so bad, poorly done. It's almost like a children cartoon, to be honest. You know, like those Disney Plus, or not Disney Plus, those Disney movies or series that you can see the CGI, the wardrobe, the CGI are just some cheap ass stuff. That's what it felt like watching that episode, to be honest. But I didn't finish it. I skipped that episode because I skipped to the part that involved the Mandalorians because it didn't seem like it had any more. Because the part with Lisa and Jack that introduced themselves went on very much too long. It was too cringy for me, so I skipped it. Never skipped the episode. Was skipped those big portions with Jack Black and Lizzo. I skipped to the part where they're finding like some killer or something, sabotage or something. And when they find that, then yeah, that was basically. I just skipped to the Mandalorian parts, to be honest. Oh my god, that part was bad. It was too cartoony. It was too cartoony for me, and it was just bad. The good thing though, the final two episodes were pretty decent. Mando had some good moments. Overall, episode was pretty okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't anything to really. It was good. It was good. I'm gonna butcher this guy name. Is it Giancarlo Esposito? I'm saying his name very poorly, but I really like the actor. Yeah, I really like the actor, Giancarlo Esposito. Oh Jesus. The guy for. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad. Sorry guys, I'm so bad at this. But Giancarlo Esposito did a great job. That's what I wanted to say. He did a brilliant job in those episodes that he showed. He always does a brilliant job. He was a standout of the show. What's I know about that guy? I know about that guy in everything that he does, because he's in The Boys too, and he was damn good in The Boys as the CEO. He was damn good. He was menacing. He's always like, when he's on screen, you feel like somebody's going to die. Not many actors have that presence, but when he's on screen, it feels like somebody's gonna get messed up. And I kind of want to see him in other roles when he's probably doing something else, other part, but he does those type of characters so well. Like when he just want to mess people up, you just feel evil when he's when he's playing this character. These characters, because his main villains I've seen him play, he feels so evil in these roles, you know. But I suspect he would be a great guy to really hang out with in person. But he's just so good in these roles, man. Another thing about this show is the Mandalorian lady. That's a chick. That's the woman that basically. I don't remember what they called her in the show. The armorer, something. Yeah, the one that built the weapons. The one that's basically seemingly she's in charge of the Mandalorians. Actually, the pocket of the Mandalorian that Din Djarin, I remember his name now. Din Djarin, I believe it is. It's pronounced. Is a part of, or was a part of. She was my next guy in this series. In season 2, she denounced Din Djarin this is going to call him Mando. She denounced Mando from being a Mandalorian because he showed his face. Alright? Fine. Then she tasked him to take a bath to be a part of the Creed. Fine. Then when Mando and bo-katan came back, she asked bo-katan if she had to remove her helmet when after she and Mando basically went in the water together, and she said no, she has to remove her helmet. Then for that period, she basically became a part of the Creed, and that I thought was okay, right? But where she became hypocritical was when bo-katan is basically a part of the Creed now, but then she said, well, you as one that walk both worlds, basically, you can unite the Mandalorians and you will allow it to show your face, basically. I think that was a bit hypocritical, and I could see where she could have given. It's the thing. This is what I think is how it should have played out, right? I think it should have played out where both bo-katan and Mando saw the creature. Both of them came back and said, hey, we baited the water, we saw the creature. And then she probably had a realization that, hey, probably you guys are the real leader of the Mandalorian, because only leaders of, like, only the chosen leader of, because the beast is basically like a spiritual beast for them. So only the chosen leader of the Mandalore has ever saw, like, from like the religion chosen, has ever saw the beast. So it's clear that you too is the one that should unite Mandalore in this new era, new journey of Mandalore, where both sides of Mandalore exist as one, and have bo-katan represent the ones that unmask. I can even have both of them represent that. If you want, either then, like, bo-katan represent the one with a mask, and Din Djarin represent the one that wears the mask, or both of them can take on and off the mask because they're the new leaders, chosen leaders of Mandalore. You get me? So you could have done it that way, to say, you know, that's a part of that intertwining within the culture. I don't know how much about this culture Star Wars is already set up already in prior things, so if that was even possible. But I think for me as an audience that knows Star Wars from the movies, that would have been a cool way to do it, to really do it, right? I think the way they go by just making bo-katan the most important thing in the show from going forward, it was not cool. I didn't like that at all. So when it boils down to it, I heard rumors about like a movie that is in the works. With the series basically ended with the Mando. It was basically the Mandalore is already been retaken in this series. They retake Mandalore in this series. So what that movie is gonna be about, I have no idea. I don't see where they can go in the movie, because Grogu and Mando is doing bounties and living happy ever after and stuff of that kind. So the end of the series basically concluded everything that was needed to be concluded in about these characters, unless you want to say that there's some sub characters that hasn't been concluded. But for the most part, I think this show can end here. You don't need a movie. So this show did. You don't need a movie. I don't know why they're having a movie for this thing, because it seemed to be over. Wait, they're having a movie. I guess we'll see how that turns out. But one thing that I can say, this show did something that I've been contemplating for the past year, and that's canceling my Disney Plus subscription. I'm tired. We have on Disney Plus. There's not good shows. There has not been a good show since WandaVision. There's been okay shows. Even WandaVision kind of ended badly too, but there's been okay shows like Hawkeye that I could tolerate to the very end. But all in all, there hasn't been shows back to back that are good like I expected it to be good when I first signed up. And I hanged on for probably 2-3 years more than I should. But I finally reached a point where I've concluded that this streaming service is not what I want. I don't want to pay for it anymore. Because there's no movies on, there's nothing there to watch for me, and the shows are so bad. I'm watching them in basically hate watching. I'm basically doing. I'm not enjoying these shows. I'm not enjoying these series. I'm not enjoying my subscription. So even the movies I watch on the series are poorly. I can't look at a movie that I'm apart from when I just got the subscription that I really enjoyed. I don't know. Disney Plus has been a mess. Disney has been a mess in their content output. They're making shows I don't want to watch, and I'm just not interested in. So, for me, this show pushed me to over the edge where it's clear that it's time for me to cancel this, because no matter who else is using, because obviously I have other people, family members using this platform, but I'm not really enjoying. It's like I'm already paying for Netflix that I'm not really using that much, that other people are using, my family are using. I'm not gonna do that with you. Like, I'm talking about now. Trying to save some money here too, but I had to cancel, guys. I had to cancel. I may never cover another Marvel product again. You know, at least as early as I'm doing now. I probably just stick to looking at ones that I like, and may cover them, may not cover them. I don't know what I will do, but it ain't worth it, guys. Disney Plus ain't worth it. Watching this series ain't worth it. It's the series overall is just a boring, poorly paced, directionless mess. It's not a good show. This season is not a good season. It has good moments, but the good moments doesn't mean it's good. The same thing with Last of Us series. Good moments doesn't mean you're good. You know what I mean? It just has good moments. So that's it for me. That's what I think about the show. I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the show. I hope you like the news. I'm trying not to ramble as much. So hope you guys like and subscribe it. I hope you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you stick around to the end, thank you so much. I've been trying to do some great stuff on the channel. And see you guys next time. Please tell me in the comment section, did you like this season? Did you enjoy this season? What do you like about this season? And let's have a conversation. Peace.